What if the problem isn't you, but the environment you're trying to find love in? For a long time, people have been told that if they work on themselves, build stability, stay disciplined, and avoid distractions, then eventually, the right person will come. But what happens when someone actually follows that path, only to look up years later and realize the world around them has changed in ways they didn't expect? Because modern dating didn't just evolve, it transformed. And somewhere along the way, the rules shifted from building something meaningful to chasing something temporary. Hookup culture became normalized. Social media turned connection into performance. And dating apps created the illusion of endless options, where people are no longer choosing from a small circle of real interactions, but instead scrolling through thousands of faces, always wondering if something better is one swipe away. When you combine that with the psychology of instant gratification, where attention, validation, and attraction can be accessed within seconds, it slowly begins to reshape expectations. When everything becomes fast, disposable, and replaceable, patience starts to feel unnecessary, and commitment starts to feel optional. And this isn't just opinion. Studies have shown that dating app users often experience what's called choice overload, where too many options actually reduce satisfaction and make long-term decisions harder. At the same time, data from organizations like the Pew Research Center shows that a growing percentage of adults, especially younger men, report being single and not actively dating. Marriage rates have declined over the past several decades, and the average age of first marriage continues to rise, showing that something deeper is shifting beneath the surface. And in the middle of all of this, there are people who didn't fully participate in these changes. People who avoided hookup culture, people who stayed focused, people who believed that doing the right things would eventually lead to something real. And yet somehow, they find themselves on the outside looking in. Not because they failed, but because the environment around them changed. These are the victims of collateral damage. Not everyone who struggles in modern dating is doing something wrong. Some are simply navigating a system that no longer rewards the same behaviors it once did. And this becomes even more visible when you look at people who were once in long-term relationships or marriages, who then re-enter the dating world years later, only to discover that it feels completely unfamiliar. Almost like stepping into a different culture, where the expectations, communication styles, and even intentions feel misaligned with what they once knew. With divorce rates having risen significantly since the 1960s, and millions of people re-entering the dating pool later in life, it creates a unique tension. Now you have individuals who are shaped by one version of dating, trying to adapt to another. And for some, that transition feels almost impossible. So the question becomes, where do people go from here? Do you adapt to the system and play by its rules, even if those rules don't align with your values? Or do you resist it and risk isolation, hoping to find someone who sees things the same way you do? Maybe the answer isn't simple, because every generation reshapes how humans connect. And maybe what we're witnessing now is one of the biggest shifts in modern history, where technology, culture, and psychology are all colliding at once, changing not just how we meet, but how we think about love itself. Should those who are victims of collateral damage of love change who they are to find it? Or will there come a time when those who shape this new dating world begin to miss the very authenticity they once overlooked? This is Relic Theories, and thank you for watching.